Since the dawn of time, shadows have followed us. Questions without answers. Legends without end. Whispers speak of worlds hidden from sight. Truths buried in myth, carved in stone, and locked away in secret text and hidden vaults. Across every culture, every age, fragments remain. Clues to something vast, something forbidden, something waiting. This is Legends Mystery Masterclass. Here, we walk beyond the veil of ordinary understanding into ancient enigmas, forgotten corridors, and the secrets humanity was never meant to uncover. Prepare yourself. The mystery begins now. So folks, I feel that I need to talk about something, an idea that has been around for some time now, and it has gone from theology to philosophy to rumors, and now no one remembers where it came from. You hear about it in late night discussions, inside movies that people rewind, searching for the meaning. You find it inside patterns that appear intentional rather than accidental. Now, some people believe that powerful or great forces cannot act without first leaving a piece of themselves in symbols and music or in storytelling. Others may see something different, but across the internet and through modern spiritual ideas, there's this strange concept that you hear repeated over and over, that somehow the world is operating under a rule of disclosure, that darkness cannot move without revealing its hand. Because we know that these elites, these devil worshippers, these occultists must tell us what they are going to do first, right? Wrong. So this idea that they have to tell us first can be traced back to New Age spirituality. We have channeled material like the Law of One, which introduced the concept that higher spiritual beings are bound to respect human free will. And even negative or manipulative entities cannot simply override a person's will. Instead, they have to present their intentions in some symbolic or indirect way to allow people the opportunity to recognize what's happening. If someone ignores the signs or they don't object to it, then that silence is like a form of consent. Well, that idea doesn't come from ancient occult traditions. It came from modern metaphysical philosophy that became popular in the 1970s. As the internet grew and expanded, that spiritual idea somehow got mixed in with conspiracy culture. So what started out as a metaphysical discussion about free will turned into a claim that powerful elites are required to reveal their plans in advance. So many people think that disclosure happens through symbolism in movies, music, advertising, maybe some major public event And over time, the original spiritual idea about free will was transformed into the idea that those in power must tell you what they are doing before they do it, and that the proof is hidden in plain sight throughout media and pop culture. No, 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 no. The concept of karma and ethical cause and effect, where actions are understood to carry consequences over time. The idea that if a person revealed their wrongdoing in some indirect or ritualistic manner, they might somehow avoid karmic responsibility. Folks, that's not how this works. In reality, occult traditions do not support the idea that symbolic disclosure or some performative disclosure can erase moral or spiritual consequences. There are no loopholes or exemptions. Most of us have heard the idea of predictive programming, right? Alan Watt popularized the idea and spoke about the possibility that entertainment media could be used to psychologically desensitize audiences. Well, the general idea is that movies, music, and other forms of mass media function as tools to condition people, to get people comfortable with ideas that might pop up later in real-world events. And media symbolism might serve as a kind of ritualized announcement of hidden plans. So people think that certain films and stories were made to be disclosures rather than creative works. Eyes Wide Shut is a good example of this, right? And some other dystopian or mysterious productions suggesting that imagery within these movies exposes the secret activities of powerful groups. But understand and know, this is not some requirement within occult traditions or secret organizations. The devil, Satan, wants you to think that. You see, there is no occult tradition or rule that supports the idea that media industries operate under a ritual obligation to reveal hidden agendas through symbolism. There's no historical or theological doctrine that supports it either. People think this is true because they see occult symbolism all over the place. You see, some people think that since God grants humanity free will, then evil forces must also operate within boundaries that respect our voluntary participation. Like the idea that you have to first invite a vampire into your home before they can enter. But the truth is, there is no verified record that traditions of Satanism, ceremonial magic, or these mystery schools have this rule requiring practitioners to openly discuss evil actions before performing them. Even the writings from Aleister Crowley supported secrecy and hidden knowledge, not the public announcement of wrongdoing. There is no rule that broadcasting intentions is some prerequisite for magic to be effective. Sure, the presence of dark or ominous themes in entertainment can be interpreted as intentional messaging, and when significant or shocking real-world events occur, people start reviewing early media, searching for imagery and dialogue or scenes that appear to foreshadow the event. Do you really think that God or the devil would say, sure, you can go and blow up some buildings in New York City and kill a bunch of people, just as long as you drop a hint in the Simpsons cartoon? The reality is, there is no doctrine in ancient or classical occult traditions requiring practitioners to publicly announce or symbolically reveal evil intentions before acting. Yes, folks, they do use symbolism all the time, but that doesn't mean they are required to use it, you see? There are passages in the Bible like Ephesians chapter 5, verses 11 to 13, and Luke chapter 8, verse 17, which speak about darkness being exposed by light and about hidden things eventually becoming known, which means that God will ultimately bring sin and wrongdoing into the open according to divine judgment and moral truth. But somehow people reframe that to suggest that evil forces must symbolically reveal their intentions before acting. And that's not what it says. That would be a misuse of scripture, folks. Now, there are some old Christian traditions that developed an emphasis on spiritual warfare language, describing demons as operating through consent or agreement, or what some people call legal rights in the spiritual realm. But that's what pastors decided to teach Christians. Here's the truth. The truth is, evil spirits or demons do not need your permission to come in and out of your life. They don't. But giving them permission or allowing them to do so does make it easier for them. You see, during the late 1990s and early 2000s, Christian media began to mix their research on Freemasonry and conspiracy theories about secret societies and occult symbolism and entertainment. And so writers and speakers began to argue that powerful elites were involved in Luciferian rituals that required public signaling of allegiance. And that's why this narrative that they have to tell you became popular among Christians. And then when the internet came around, phrases such as "they told you in the movie," or "hidden in plain sight," or "predictive programming," or "revelation of the method" became common within online discussions. The important thing to understand is that neither traditional Christianity or documented historical occult systems teach that Satan or evil practitioners are required to publicly announce their plans before acting or during the act. The reality is that it's a hybrid cultural idea that was formed through the combination of apocalyptic biblical interpretation, spiritual warfare teachings, conspiracy writings, and of course, the symbolism in media. You know, when people see events that appear symbolically pre-figured out, it can create fear and reassurance. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for. Reassurance of their suspicions. Like with the Epstein files. People want confirmation that they were right all along. Fear comes from the perception that hidden forces are organized, and they are. But the reassurance comes from the belief that patterns can be decoded and understood. The bottom line here is, true darkness truly operates in the darkness. Anyway, that's going to be all for now, and there is more to come very soon. Please click the thumbs up button and like this video. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Everyone, have a great day or evening, and until next time, stay awake, stay aware, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all soon.